9DTV 5.1高清互聯網電視台。
道德生活呢個節目一直以嚟都帶觀眾走喺道德生活嘅前線，透過採訪唔同行業嘅成功人士，分享佢哋嘅成功之道，從而探索佢哋營商嘅道德智慧，尋找優質嘅生活態度。我哋今日嘅重量級嘉賓係一位跨國企業嘅商人。佢唔單止係由3蚊美金3箱貨板起家，佢嘅家族業務遍佈世界各地。但係作為一個咁成功嘅商人，佢唔單止風趣幽默，而且仲毫無架子，完全係一個兼顧社會責任嘅道德商人。佢係邊個？佢就係本港印度裔豪門夏利尼拉家族嘅長子的孫 Mr. David Harilela。
Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, I'm good. Good afternoon, Mr. Harilela.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for accepting our invitation to talk. As you may know, you are no stranger to the people of Hong Kong. So, I would like to ask you some questions about your early life. Your early life was very interesting, yet your father encouraged you to work for yourself, and he only gave you $3 a month. Is that right?
Actually, first of all, I was 16 when he gave me $3 a month.
Oh, really?
And number one, he was actually very generous. But I always felt, because I saw my family was very poor, so I always felt I never wanted to bother my father. I love him so much. So I was happy. If I can survive on $3 myself, why bother my father? So that's the real story behind that situation.
And can you tell me what happened in China?
You know, my grandfather, which I never met because he was born, I was born after he died. But he's the first person in my family went to China in the 1930s. And he started a business and he sold to Spain. And he gave them credit, of course. But they never paid the bills. So my grandfather was very rich. And my father was rich when they were 5-6 years old. But then the Spanish people never paid him. But my grandfather paid back everybody in the bank, so he went bust. So my father and his brothers have to start the work again from scratch. So that's why when I'm born, I saw my father poor and I saw him coming up. So I always have the memory. So I've seen poverty. You know, I think that's why I always like to work. Because I see my father so hardworking, I must be the same.
I know you just bring 3 boxes of samples to South America, right?
That's right.
Can you tell me the story about that?
Well, this is after I came back from university. I joined my father and I wanted to prove myself. So when I bought the business from my father. Now I'm controlling the business my way.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to South America because I heard it's a good market. Of course, I cannot speak one word of Spanish.
Yeah.
And I don't like to spend money. I like to make money. So I've just got married. So I went on the road. I took 3 suitcases of samples, not knowing what to sell. One suitcase is clothing, 1 suitcase is electronic and toys, 1 suitcase is just catalogs, because I don't know what to do. And I went to 16 countries in South America, and I'm very lucky. I really am. I meet a lot of nice people, and actually the best thing is that I talked to an operator on the telephone because I cannot speak Spanish.
Yeah.
But I'm very friendly, and she told me, David, why are you sitting in the hotel calling people? I said, because I want them to come to my showroom to see my things in the hotel. She said, but you know, if the buyer is big, why will he come and see you?
Yeah.
So I said, she's right. So I become the only person who go to the buyer. Sometimes the taxi cab will drop me in the middle of some place, I don't know where I am. But because I went to the buyer, I met the right buyers and they appreciate I come. So I built a very good business with very good buyers.
I know all the Harilela family live in one big house. How can you communicate with so many people?
You know, all my life, Indians are mostly the old days is big family. So I come from big family. We're seven children of my father. So we like the closeness, we like the big family. But it's very good to have a big family because it's safe. How can I go to South America for 1.5 months, 2 months, leave my wife? I don't have to worry because my family is looking after them. It's fantastic. It's a very, and my family treat my wife like their daughter. My uncles all treat her like a daughter. So the family is protection, is strength, is guidance. I think it's very good.
Can you tell me some secrets about how to keep your family in harmony?
I think, first of all, you have to believe in the family. I believe in the family. I'm the eldest son of the eldest son. I pray to God. My father always wanted the family to be together.
Yeah.
My father, I call the cement of the family. My uncle Harry is bricks. He's very smart in doing business. My father is very smart in doing business, but my father is the cement. You take the bricks, you take the cement, you build a house. So you have to want to do together. I think it's very important to keep the family together because look at it, the power of the rich families, they're all breaking. If they break from big, become small, and then they disappear. So I think very important to keep the family together.
Yeah, but I think it's very hard to keep in warm atmosphere as you may have many arguments.
I think we're lucky. We don't have so many arguments. But I think one thing is very good. We don't count. First of all, if you argue, you don't count. Okay, number one. My family always hug each other. When we see each other every day, we hug. So we call bei min, respect. It's very important. Number two, you forget what happened. And number three, if my wife says to me, I disagree with another person in the house, we men don't interfere. The wife problem is a home problem. They have to resolve it. The man is working to make sure the wife is safe. So we don't interfere in the day-to-day things. We only look after the business. I think this is very good division. So there's no conflict.
What does family mean to you?
Family is the beginning of the world and the end of the world. Today, people are breaking up because I want to be individual. I want to do my thing. But when you do your own thing, you're hurting somebody else. So I like to see families evolve. Because if I leave you, I'm alone. You're leaving your mother. Why does it make sense? I worry more about my mother today than ever before. Since my father died, my mother is very quiet. She's alone. She doesn't want to go out. Who can protect you? Who can look after you is your family. Most important.
How does it inspire you in your life?
My family has been giving me the right principles in life. Do good, pray to God, be religious, don't hurt people. I think these are good principles. I take the principles I learned from my family. I use them in my business. That's why I joined Rotary. And I try to teach my children the same, to have the same principles. Because the world is, if you look at the newspaper, every day it's people are cheating each other. People are making money by being thieves, not being honest.
Yeah.
This is pictures of my family who I love so much. My mother, my father.
Okay.
And this is actually a very favorite picture of my mother and my father because I always believe I'm a Chindian. And my father and mother are dressed in Chinese costume, but the smiles are beautiful.
Yes.
So I like to keep this picture next to me. And then, of course, this is me and my wife.
Oh, your wife is so beautiful.
Thank you. This is I think our 25th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
So again, 我靚女，我太太. And then, and my angels, I call my 3 daughters. Divya this is the eldest daughter, Divya, on the right.
Yeah.
She's a fashion expert. This is Davina, my middle daughter. She's now working with me on charity. She's an expert on logistics and doing conventions. And this is my youngest baby. Used to be the most naughty, but now she loves me the most. She's also helping me in my charity. She's a PR expert. So I'm very lucky to have them working with me in Rotary because we need experts and they have a good heart. This is a picture of my grandmother and my grandfather. This is the start of the Harilela family. When my grandfather left India, he changed his name. He changed his name. He took half the name of his mother, half the name of the father, and created a new name, Harilela. Harilela is the first Indian name that we've created ourselves. There's no Harilela before this. So Harilela actually is a good meaning, by the way. It means God's miracles.
Oh, I see.
So I'm very proud. I keep these pictures with me. And this is a picture of my own family, which is my father, my sisters, I have 4 sisters, and my 2 brothers. And the wives and the husbands are behind. Actually, can you recognize me? I have a mustache, you see before.
This one.
Yeah, I look like a Chung Tong Lo. Anyway, it's a very nice picture. I think it's very good to keep memories. You can see my daughter doesn't look like that anymore. Shiva is much more prettier. So that's a picture of the family. I always keep it. This is something we did at 3D in Vegas. I just keep it as a souvenir. And I put the message together forever. I dedicate to my wife, Avisha and David, because I think marriage should be forever. And then this is a picture of me being a director at the Community Chest, which I'm very proud to serve Hong Kong. I've been a director for, this is my last year, 6 years. And I will continue to service Hong Kong in any capacity I can, because Hong Kong's been very good to me. It's been very good to me. And then I wanted to show you a picture. This is a picture I saw, and I kept it as a picture of my father and his brothers, because there's 6 brothers. Actually, my uncle here is only 3 years older than me.
Oh.
So you can imagine, I'm probably like a baby at this picture. But they all look very handsome, and I always keep the picture. It's a very nice picture of my father and my uncle.
It's very special.
My father's very charming. They used to call him Harold Flynn. Then here we Indians are very religious, so I keep a temple. So every morning before I start my work, I always come and I pray, because this is our family tradition. We have a temple in our house, we have a temple at home. You always never forget you are nothing without God. So we do our prayer in the morning. And I believe that, Indian religion is very different. We accept all religions. And our teacher is actually Swami Satchidananda, and his symbol is a lotus flower. And lotus flower has many petals. And each petal, if you go there to visit him in America, each petal represents a different religion. So if you're a Buddhist, you go to the Buddhist petal. If you are Muslim, you go to the Muslim petal. But at the end of the day, the center of the lotus flower represents God.
I see.
So Indians are very tolerant. We believe it doesn't matter who you pray to, as long as you're doing good things. This is the most important thing in life. There's no use praying to God every day and going out hurting people. It's very important to do good things. So I keep my temple here, and I don't want to disturb anybody else, so I close my temple when I finish my prayer. And this is a very nice picture which I love, because to me, my family started from my father's family. So this is my father in the front and his 5 brothers. And all of them, we all live together. It's very important. It's an important symbol because you can see they're all happy. I think a happy family is a very powerful family.
Yes.
There's strength in numbers. There's weakness if you divide the family. So that's why I believe in the family. And I love this picture. I think it captures it very well.
Your family has been involved in the Rotary Club for many years. What drew you to it?
My father was, I asked my father, because he does so much charity. And I said, Dad, what shall I do? At 50, I decided I wanted to give back. Because I'm very serious. I work hard, and when I'm ready, I'm very, very serious. Then I will give 100%. So I said, my father is a Rotarian, he's a Mason. So I asked him, what shall I be? I only want to do one. I don't have time for 2 organizations. He said, David, you have to be a Rotarian.
Oh, I can see there are so many awards. Can you introduce?
There are not many awards, but I can share with you some things, I actually joined Rotary when I'm 50, very late. I wish I joined earlier, but I worked very hard, and then I became president in 2006 and 2007, and I'm very lucky. I won for my club the President of the Year. I'm very proud, and also won Rotary Club of the Year. So in that year, I won 2 of the awards, the first time my club might ever win. So I realized I want to serve. I really enjoy. So after that, 4 years later, I become governor. Because after that, I become deputy assistant governor, and governor waiting. So I'm very proud to serve Rotary. And I'm very happy that my Rotarians are giving me awards like strong leadership. It makes me very happy. And also, even from the areas, all the clubs, they write to me, they give me happiness and reinforcement. Because as a leader, you need to be inspired. You need to feel that people appreciate what you're doing. So this is like my little bit of a Rotary room. I have gods, of course. I believe God is important in every room. But I have many souvenirs. These are all given to me by Rotary people. All these are from Rotary. And even on the other side. And this, of course, I love to sing. So this I sang for Rotary. So this is Rotary Superstar Award. So I keep it, right?
Okay.
So this is like a little bit of a trophy room. And I keep all my Rotary things that are important here.
Mr. Harilela, you are so kind. You will also pray for the Chinese God. Can you tell me why?
Remember I showed you in my temple, God is God. It doesn't matter if you go to a temple or a monastery or a church. Everything is the house of God. So I'm also, remember I told you I'm Chindian?
Yeah.
I'm an Indian born in China. So we must respect God in every form. So all my life I've been raised with this and I have to respect. So every morning I light incense here and I also pray to them. It's God.
You really have a golden heart, and I know you also pray for the Indian God. Could you show me more?
I'd love to. Come with me. Senator, I want to show you. This is Lord Shiva. Okay, Lord Shiva is one of the Indian deities. So in Indian, it's very similar to the Christian religion. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. God is 3 in 1.
Yeah.
So in Indian, God is 3 in 1, but divided into 3 different gods. There's Brahma, who creates life. Vishnu, who looks after you during your life, preserves you. And the last one is Lord Shiva. He's called the destroyer. But destroy is not a problem because when you have a body, the purest part is your soul. So the body is taking away all the needs and making you do selfish things. So when you die, God takes the best part of your body, your soul, to heaven. So Shiva is the way to go to the next stage.
Oh, I see. And I know you support many charities. And the one that I think is really interesting is the Kanyadan Trust, which does a lot of good works for the women. Can you tell me?
Sure, I'm happy to. My father, actually Kanyadan is started by my father. And Kanyadan basically pays for the weddings of Indian women who don't have a dowry. Because of the old system of India, you have to pay a dowry. You know what a dowry is, right? You have to pay the man so the man will marry the girl. It's a very horrible system.
Yes.
I actually don't believe in it. But I love my father, and my father explained to me. He said, David, if these women don't get the dowry, they will never get married. If they never get married, they will never have the ability to have children and enjoy life. So my father thinks it's very small. And we're doing mass weddings. We're not doing a big dowry. We're paying maybe 20 or 30,000 for each wedding. So we do mass wedding for 50 or 100 people. So in our way, we are helping these 50 or 100 women every year to get married. So this is what Kanyadan does.
So you think the same way as your father?
I think the dowry system should be completely wiped out. But I agree with my father that if these people so small, just 30,000 rupees is not much money, per wedding. If we can do something to get 100 or 200 couples married every year, we're doing something, right? We're making a difference. Of course, it's an old-fashioned system. But I promised my father whatever he did in charity while he was alive, I will continue while I'm alive. So this is my promise to him.
So if I get married to an Indian man, my family also need to pay the dowry?
No, this is a very old system. Only in India, very poor people, sometimes they carry on the old system. My wife, I never asked the dowry, even in Hong Kong, It's different,
Okay. I'm aware of your current project, the one. So what gave you the inspiration to undertake such project?
Now you're talking about my favorite subject. I'm so happy. I'm a Rotarian. I go to Rotary clubs, And one day somebody came to me in our club to talk about this great man he met when he went to Africa. So he told me about this Dr. Wuben. Now, Dr. Wuben, he left Europe. He's a surgeon in Europe. He left Europe because he wanted to help the poor people. Now, where's the poorest people in the world who need medical help? Africa. Every time you see the picture of the child is all bones, is all from Africa. It's the worst, we know it's the worst place. So he wanted to go to Africa to help the poor people. So he went to Africa and he joined a private hospital because that's the first job he can get. And some patients came to see him. They were black, but they have no money. So he wanted to help them, but the hospital said no because they have no insurance. So he was very sad, but he couldn't do anything. And then a few days later, he found out that these two patients were dead. So he felt horrible. He said, I didn't come to Africa to see people die. I came to Africa so that people can live in a better life. So he left the hospital. He went to another place called Nambia in Africa, even more poorer, and he started to work for United Nations. They paid him $8,000 a month. They gave him a car and a house. He thought it was crazy amount of money, but he took the money and he started a clinic, his own clinic. So anybody from anywhere who's sick can come to him. He gave free medicine. And every day he go to this clinic. And sometimes some of the people he helped in the afternoon, when he's walking back at home at night, they will attack him. Can you imagine? I save your life in the afternoon. I go home at night, I get attacked by you. It's very hard to imagine because we live in Hong Kong. We are so comfortable. We know when we can eat. We have McDonald's, we have everything. But this man lived there and continued to work. Even somebody beat him up, he's still there. So to me, what is this man? He's a great man, right? He's a hero, right? So I want to look for this hero. I was so inspired by this story because the only person I can think of like that is Mother Teresa. Everybody knows Mother Teresa.
I'm aware of your project, The One. What gave you inspiration to undertake such project?
Yes, I told you, we'll have award night. The award night will be held on the 8th of June in the Holiday Inn Golden Mile. And I hope you will come. I hope you will come and televise us.
Of course.
So we can, and I want to find out who the winner is. But I'm not allowed to know. Nobody will know. Only the auditor firm will know who the winner is.
Okay.
We want to make it exciting, right?
Yeah.
And that person will represent Rotary and become a spokesperson. So Rotary will have a good hero to identify. We can talk about good things, but no meaning. The wheel is important, but put a good face behind the wheel becomes more powerful. So this is my dream for Rotary.
Mr. Harilela, I know you like collecting painting, and I think this painting is very special. Can you tell me the story behind?
Sure. I love paintings, and this is special because the first painting I ever bought.
Oh, really?
My wife and I were on holiday in New York, and I fell in love with it. And my wife screamed at me, "Why are you buying such a big painting?" And I talked to the art dealer, and I got a fantastic price. And actually, I bought this over 20 years ago. And when I first bought it, I went back 2 years later. He offered me double the price, even triple the price. But I will not sell it. I love it.
So do you know the meaning behind?
You know, I think paintings is something that you have to interpret yourself. To me, I think I love it because the colors are beautiful, but I think it's about love. To me, it's a lover giving to the person she loves her heart. So I think it's beautiful. I love love. I think if everybody loves everybody, the world's a better place. So to me, it represents giving love.
So it is another painting you like?
You know, honestly, this is not a painting I like. But, you know, I have many friends who tell me, who help me and advise me on what to buy. And one of my friends, she has made millions of dollars in paintings. So I asked her to help me. So she said, "David, this painting will make money."
And what motivated you towards success?
You know, I remember I told you the story of my father. My father is always my hero. He's the man I look up to. And he always worked so hard to make sure his family never suffered. So I think he's a big motivator. And my character is, as a person, I just never give up. If I want something, I'll go after it and I will get it. It's my philosophy in life.
I know your biggest passion is music. Can you talk about your love of music?
You know, I love music. It was a really big decision for me to make. Should I continue when I finish my university, finish my high school? Should I go to university and study business, or should I was offered a recording contract. Should I go into a singing career, or should I just join my father in business and not go to university? It was a very difficult decision for me. Where should I go? But you know something in life, your great decisions are not made by you. I believe God takes you where you need to go. So when the time came, I went to the States and I studied, and I was very frustrated. I actually saw a counselor because I said, you know, I really love music. I'm unhappy, you know? So he told me, he took a test. We call it aptitude test. It will show where your interests lie. And he said to me, and I went to see the report the next day, he said, David, your test is fine. You're a great businessman. You have all the business ideas. I said, but I'm not testing on music. I'm business. I'm testing to see whether I like music.
Yes.
He said, I'm so sorry. There's nothing about music in your that we can pick up. You're 100% businessman. From that day on, I felt better. I know that my decision, my path lies in business.
So what advice will you give to young people who are trying to make a business themselves?
I think the business world is very competitive today. There's so many people chasing so few dollars. So if you want to be successful in your business, be creative. Offer something that nobody else can offer, preferably. Either new technology or new way of doing things. Number two, be persistent. Okay, you cannot just say, young people just want instant success. I worked for my father for many years, and him and I always disagree. But when I learned enough from him, and then I started my own business. So you have to be persistent and patient. And the last thing is failure. Never let failure put you down. Just swallow it and move on. If you let failure bring you down, you are finished. I know it's very hard, but if you can take the failure, lock it into a box, don't put negative energy, put positive energy into your business, start again, continue, you will be successful.
Thank you very much for taking time with us. We wish you the best in all your future endeavors to come. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
It is an unforgettable and valuable experience to have an interview with Mr. David Harilela. I was deeply impressed by his benevolence, especially when he mentioned about the global charity project, The One. So now, let me present this project, The One, sincerely introduced by Mr. David Harilela.
Every morning when I get up, I look at my newspaper. What does the front page say? People are dying. People are hurt, earthquake, famine, government is bankrupt, the bank doesn't have your money anymore. The world is full of bad news. Where is the good news? What's wrong with the world? We need to change the world. When the world is in chaos, we need a hero. The One is looking for that hero. We're going to find that hero. Our hero is the hero of all heroes. He gets up every morning and he dedicates his whole life and his whole day to helping people. This kind of person is the One. Our special one. Who am I looking for? The Mother Teresa of tomorrow. Many people say this does not exist. Well, I can prove them wrong. Our competition applications are due on January 31st, and we've received dozens of applications. Received applications from Hong Kong, from China, from Mongolia, from Brazil, from India, from Australia. We have proven to the world Hong Kong can change the world. We need the world to turn around, bring back good values, and bring back balance to life. The One is going to change the world. We're going to find the people who make a difference. So lend me a hand. Help me find the hero. Let's change the world. Help me find the One.